Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sobriety and Everything Else. My name is Eric Andrew, and I am your host this evening or this afternoon or whatever it is, wherever you are at. And welcome to my studios in the comfort of my very own dining room. Yes, sir. We have the ultimate cost-effective way to run a podcast right out of the dining room. All right. Well, welcome, everybody. I want to get right to it. So this week has been election week, and it's been a hard week for most people. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of strain on a lot of people, and certainly people in the world of recovery. It can be that much more stress. So how do we deal with that? What are some of the things that we can do to protect our sobriety, to protect our mental health, and to move forward without, missing a beat? So the first thing I want to say is, first off, nobody promised that once you went into recovery and that you finished with being caught up in whatever it is you're caught up in, whether it's alcohol, drugs, food, whatever it could be, that everything was going to suddenly get better and easy and 1, 2, 3, and now my life is on track and it's going to be great. It's not like that at all. In fact, life is life. And a lot of times, you will hear people in sobriety talk about, especially in recovery with AA, life on life's terms. And life's terms are what they are. We have to deal with change. We have to deal with the hard stuff, whether that be an election, whether that be a health issue, whether that be a breakup in a marriage or a relationship, whether that be a death in the family, whether that be a loss of a job, whatever it might be. A flat tire on your car. I mean, it could be a lot of things that could set us off, right? So how do we manage through that? How do we get through those moments? And there's a lot of things that we could look at, a lot of things that we could work on. I do want to talk about space at some point in time, probably not at this point, because I think that is a tool in sobriety that as we gain time, it's something that makes a lot more sense. So we'll spend an episode maybe talking about space. But what I'd like to talk about is, what can you do right now? What are 4 things that you could do right now to help yourself if you are in recovery and you are on the verge of breaking that recovery, whether it means going back out to drink, whether it means to go back out and use, whatever it might mean for you. What are some things that you can do? So the first thing that you can do is call a friend. Now, that friend could be somebody that's in the program with you, whatever your program might be, whether it's AA or whether it's an online program or some other group that you're involved with that's out there. It could be just a friend who knows that you're in recovery and can maybe help talk you off the ledge and get you back into thinking the way that you should think. It could be a person that's in the recovery community. Maybe they're not a great friend. Maybe they're not a sponsor. Maybe they're not, anything super special except for that they're in recovery and they get it, right? Because they've probably gone through the same thing. So reach out to somebody. That's number 1. Number 2 is try and get to a meeting. Now whether that is an in-person meeting, such as, again, AA or Smart Recovery or Dharma Recovery or whatever might be in your local area that you have looked into and maybe you already are a part of that, or maybe you're not. Maybe you've never gone to a meeting, but there are meetings close by and you decide to go to one. And I would actually highly encourage, if you've never been to a meeting, this is a great time to go to a meeting when you're really feeling froggy, I like to call it, like when you're on the verge, when you're on the edge, when the monkey in your brain is jumping around and doing all kinds of calisthenics. This is a time to go to a meeting. This is a time to check one out. See in your local area when the next one is and go. That's the next thing. The other thing would be community itself, not just in a meeting, but just getting out into your own community. Getting out to people that people that maybe feel the same way you feel, so you don't feel alone. So you feel good about that. So you either go to a meeting, you want to get into community, you want to call a friend or get involved with a friend in some way. All right. The last thing, the fourth thing, would be active. Get active. So go for a walk. Go to the gym if you're somebody who likes to go to the gym, or go for a run if you like to run. Take a yoga class. Go take a breathing class. Deep breathing is always great. And you know what? Honestly, you don't even need to take a class for that. Find a space that is calm. Maybe put on some peaceful music, some meditation music maybe, or just some light instrumental music that you can turn down really low that's almost like background, or use white noise. That can work as well. Anything that will just calm the space that you're in, and just do some deep breathing. Just breathe all the way down into your belly and let it come out very slowly, and then do that again, and do that again, and do that again. And start to see how that is starting to calm your nervous system. Because one of the biggest things is when our nervous system gets overactive and reactive, that's when we get goofy, right? That's when we start to feel, like I said, froggy, or the monkey in our brain starts jumping around. That's when those things happen. So if we start to breathe and we start to bring down and start to calm that nervous system and calm our heart, and bring our blood pressure down a little bit. And think about things that are positive in your life. Put things in your life that are positive. Maybe it's your kids. Maybe it's your job. Maybe it's a friend or a loved one. Maybe it's an activity that you're getting ready to do in the coming days and preparing for. Maybe there's a vacation on the horizon that you're planning. Get back into those things, those positive things that will bring that peace to you, right? So let's just review very quickly what we talked about. One is call a friend or an acquaintance, somebody in the program or somebody that knows you that can help talk you down off the ledge. Go to a meeting, wherever that is. Now, that could be an online meeting, that could be an in-person meeting, but go to a meeting. And if you've never gone to a meeting, it's a great time to try to do that. Get into community. So I know for me, one of the things that I like to do is, if I can do it, is go and be around my friends in theater. I'm a theater person. I've done a lot of directing and lighting designing and things like that. So I know a lot of people in that world where I live, and getting around those people, kind of like-minded individuals, that helps calm me. It helps give me that community that I'm looking for, makes me feel a part of something and that I'm not alone. So those are important things. And then the last thing, to get active. Go for a walk, go for a hike, go take a yoga class, go to the gym, go for a run, or just sit somewhere, put on some white noise and breathe. These are the things that can help get us through those rocky moments, whether it was this past week or whether it's in other moments in your life where you're feeling, that itch, that feeling that you want to jump, that you want to run. First off, it's okay to feel that way. And secondly, there's a way to handle it, but you need to be willing to try to do that. So please remember these 4 possibilities, these 4 ways to help yourself get through a really tough situation. Remember that life on life's terms is what we're dealing with, and that's what's happening in that moment. You and you alone can do the hard thing. You can do it. Listen, you've gotten to recovery, and I don't care if you just have one day, if you have 10 hours, 5 hours, 4 hours, you are doing it. So you are doing the hard thing already. So just keep allowing yourself to do that. Keep realizing and understanding that you're okay, that everything's going to be okay, and just try to breathe and get some community and get some connection going in your life. Those are the important things to remember. All right, so I'm going to end this here. I think a lot of people just need some space and time, so I want to give that to everyone. I hope this resonates with you and hits home with you. Again, my name is Eric Andrew. I am a recovery coach. I want to thank you all for listening. I want to thank you for being here and continuing to support this venture that I'm in with this podcast. I hope that what I had to say today will help you, and I hope you enjoy the music today, the intro and the outro. Again, my friend Nick Thornton put that together, and love that guy, and looking forward to more stuff from him in the future. Maybe we'll rotate that a little bit, but again, I'm with you. You can do the hard things. Take care.